How you doing, everybody? We're going to try and play some chess today, and we're rated 1429, so we're trying to climb up towards 1500 in rapid, and that's going to need a perhaps a little bit of a change of perspective. I'm still going to play the same random ass openings. I'm still going to play my Freddy Krueger repertoire. It's black here, and we have the Yanish gambit in response to the Spanish. There's a poem in there somewhere, isn't there? Okay, so Freddy Krueger repertoire. If they take on f5, you push. This is the whole point of it. It's like the reverse of the Vienna gambit. I've said this a million times, but we've gained tempo here against the knight. Now we take. The most common move here is going to be knight e5, to which we play queen d4. So this is the Yanish exchange variation, I guess, or Yanish accepted exchange. Her opponent is Hamburger Broodje. So it's obviously an Afrikaans word. I don't know what Broodje means. Please let me know in the chat. Rated 1385. And here we need to stop and pause for thought. In the Rousseau, we meet queen e2, which effectively pins the pawn and prevents it from capturing the knight. We meet that with queen e7. I can also develop here. We can also capture the pawn and defend our other pawn. That seems to be doing two things at once, right? But then d3. If this and d3, we can take on d3. Okay. Might be worth revisiting this later on. So what do I mean when I say we need to change our approach from 1400 to 1500? Well, identified yesterday that there's a certain amount of grown-upness is perhaps required. Okay, as soon as this knight moves, generally you want to be playing knight f6 to prevent queen h5 check, because queen h5 check can often come with some very horrible consequences, actually. We could kick the knight away from there, thus opening this pawn to capture, and long castles could be an idea. I already feel like we're doing okay. Okay, so there, he can't go there, he gets took, he can't go there, he's got that, and he's got that. So he goes here. He's targeting this, but it's defended. I can kick him again. I think it's time to kick. I think we just kick him. Can we kick him? So yeah, I feel like there was a half a sentence there. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, it's just talking about grown-upness in the game. Not blundering. We had a good Chess Boot Camp Live group session yesterday with me and James and Craig on there. Interesting session. James said something that I thought was fascinating, was that when he basically jumped from about 1500 to 2000 in the space of about a month. That's how he tells it. And he says what that comes down to was not blundering. It sounds inane, doesn't it? It sounds ridiculous. But yeah, it's about taking that time. It's the sanity check. So I'm looking at this. Takes queen b5 forks king and pawn. But I don't have to recapture immediately. There takes maybe c6. Then the queen defends the pawn and prevents that move. Do I have to take the knight? Is there something better on offer? I don't think so. I kind of, and I like having the option to long castle as well. Could even do that now. There are two attackers on this, and it's only defended once. So if I take here, queen here, Oh, I've got c6 anyway. No, I don't. Because if my queen's taken there, it's no longer defending b7. But if I castle, takes, I can't take the pawn. I'm conscious that this bishop is a bit stuck, isn't it? But I think castles is the right thing to do. Let white open up the middle of the board if he wants. He will be 2 pawns up. Okay, he has declined the second pawn, which is interesting because that gives me time to add a second defender, third attacker. I've got to take that pawn anyway. It's too deep into my half. Some of these things you just don't give a second thought. Okay, so that's 3 attackers. Got 2 defenders. Can we add another defender? Not really. Can we add another threat? Well, I'm drawn to bishop d6. Queen there might work. This pawn's a bit offside, isn't it? Actually, I think white is fine here. So yeah, what I was saying about in yesterday's video is about undefended. A tendency that I recognise in my game to go for a kill shot too early. I don't want him to take my bishop, so we're going to allow this here. And I look, here's the difference. These pieces are bad, right? But both of my rooks are active. So queen h6, I'm threatening queen takes check, king f1. The whole game's simplified a bit, hasn't it? Well, 5 minutes 13, he's on 7.25. G3 is relatively simple. Also, I don't have this. Oh, I do. I do potentially. He wants to move his d pawn as well, doesn't he, at some point with a discovery on the queen, so I've got to be conscious of that. Okay, and that comes with check. Interesting. Well, I think we just have to take here. And I'm going to attack the rook with the king. I'm a pawn down. What pawn is it? It's the f pawn. What's in our favour? These pieces are still in the box. So can I get an incredibly cheeky spanker on here? Now, he can't dodge this. He has to trade, but then he can't engage this rook. So I think he's going to have to create luft. I think he has to trade rooks, or allow the trade of rooks. Now, if he lets me take and takes with the f-pawn, then I might block his king off onto this side of the board. Interesting. Okay, so he wants to fianchetto to his bishop and activate it that way. Fair enough. And also activate his rook at the same time. If I take, he takes, let's say I do this. I haven't got rook f1 mate anyway. That's not even a thing. Also, I've got weaker pawns on the queen side as well here. So it's not looking all that marvellous, really, for me. He's going to fianchetto. I have to play rook there, I think. You do this, somehow try and double up, and I don't know, it's not easy. It's never easy. That's quite an obscure song reference. Okay, I'm not worried about him coming here. He can go there, but what's the point? Okay, now, I haven't got that, but I've got rook f7, rook gf8 attacking this. That pawn's defended only by the king right now. This might also be a thought. Yeah, you can just drop back. That'd be 3 defenders on there. Huh. Yeah, alright, I saw this move, and I thought to myself, what's the point? If I do this, can he drop back in? No, he can't. I don't get the point of that move. I honestly don't. Rook gf8, and I've got 2 attackers, 1 defender on that pawn. Also, this rook's under attack and defended only by its friend. I don't know. You wouldn't take these odds, would you, right now? Where have I gone wrong in that opening? But what I might start doing is actually going back and analysing proper. Okay, now, if rook gf8, I've got 2 attackers on there. How does he summon another defender? He's got that, actually. No, he doesn't, because I've got 2 attackers. Okay, so here, he's got to drop one of his rooks to there, right? I think it's worth doing anyway. h5, h4. Getting the bishop onto this diagonal would be really nice. You know, pinning the pawn, maybe. Is it even worth giving up that pawn? Mess these guys up a bit, just to have the bishop on c5. Takes. And the pawn's pinned. I'm going to go for it, actually. And he can't put his bishop there to harass the rook, because I'll just take. So he's got no checks with the rooks. Okay, so if I go here, that's his idea, right? If I take him, there, he's got the same. But at least I've got rid of my doubled pawn and I've isolated one of his. I think it's the general idea. It might be time for h5, h4. Okay, this is now isolated, so it's going to be harder for him to defend in the ending, which is where we is. But here he pushes, right? h5 just drops this pawn. Yes, I am a bit stuck. And just push some p. Oh, okay. If he takes, it's check, forced. Still don't have that. He's on 3 minutes 45. He's only a pawn up. So very often, like when I'm playing blitz and stuff, I'd look at my opponent's clock and say, how are you going to checkmate me with 90 seconds on the clock, 45 seconds on the clock? There's no increment here. Don't know why he's thinking there's only one legal move. still can't go to any of these squares, so the paired... I've just blundered my rook. I've just blundered my bloody rook, and he missed it. Jesus on a stick. Right, that is not how we reach 1400, boys and girls. 1500 at all. But people mess up. That's what people do. If I go there... Okay, he's discombobulated my rooks. Rook goes, I take. Happy days. This attacks his pawn, which is currently undefended. Might even do this. That's not a bad idea, actually. So he's defended that pawn with his bishop. It's not all that clear. But again, you come back to the thing, right? You know, in an endgame, what's critical? Well, what's critical here is the clock. It's relative. I'm 2 pawns down now, right? But my opponent's got double pawns. He's got double pawn there, isolated pawn there. It ain't all that easy. I'm playing some relatively natural moves. I've got moves lined up, moves in my pocket, ready to go. Is that even a move? Is that a move? I don't know. I'm not sure I like that. I just play silly buggers with a king, maybe even now. I don't know, but the king's kind of doing a good job of defending these penetration. Infiltration, that's the word. Squares. That's why my marriage didn't work out. Right, now he's on 1 minute 23, so it's tick-tock time. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Takes. Bishop looking at that. Yeah, if he tries... No. Okay, 60 seconds, mother figure. I can always just slide my king back there and go, what you gonna do? Checkity-doo-dah, that would be 3 defenders. Are we even bothered? I ain't bothered. Don't think I'm bothered. Okay, it's a check. I can't go there or there. Yeah. Okay. Now he's on 39 seconds. I've got 1 minute 27. I'm going to keep these pawns together. So if he takes, I take that with the king. His king again is inactive because of this. Yeah, I know he can win this pawn. No, he can't. Well, he can. He can play rook there. Okay. Well, that's not fantastic because it's checkmate. Boom. Right. Now the important business. Where did we play badly?
Way to stay sharp and save
it
the
wasn't
game
a terrible
with a
game. We're
checkmate
both in the
attack in the
70s. I played like a 1300. But I played the opening very well. Only 1 miss, no blunders, 4 mistakes. But yeah, opponent was just ground that one out. Okay.
You captured back.
Okay, D takes, and then this.
This defends a vulnerable knight by
takes.
pinning one of its. Your pawn is
best.
no longer
Yeah, I'm
hanging
trapping in
and
my
is now
bishop.
defended.
I'm kind of trapping in my knight as well. It's a 0.3 of a pawn, so kind of ignore.
You overlooked a better way to develop a knight off its starting square.
Yeah. I didn't even think about knight h6. Adding a second attacker. That would have been clever. Okay. Well, opening-wise, that's all I need to know. That is all I need to know. Let's do another quick one. With the white pieces, who have rated 1436, we have a French. Now, Tucker in yesterday's thing said I should look at the Alpin gambit against the French. And bizarrely, I had this the other day. in a game that we went through on yesterday's session. Okay, I'm just going to grab loads of centre, put bishop there or there, and just castle. This is too slow for my opponent. I don't understand it. I don't approve of it. Okay, this is a check, but it's not a great one. Okay, so black has severely wasted time. Yeah, right, he's provoked me into playing g3, but that ain't the end of the world. Okay, what's the priority? Long castles? Control of the centre. I think, well, knight c3 achieves both. Just going to break the pin. Keep my options open. This, maybe knight g2. Still got options of castling either way. Right, which one? Which one? I think, if in doubt, go up the board. Ooh, again. Okay. Right, now, there has not been a clash of swords on shields yet. So is a3 a useful move? Putting the question to the bishop. Or should I get castled one way or the other and then try and force through in the middle? Now, there isn't a fork on. There isn't a pawn fork on right now. But I do have f5. If pushes takes. Okay, my instinct is to go short, actually, here. I know that my king isn't quite in contact with his pawns. But now it's just... I realise I'm kind of playing rapid in the style of blitz. A wee bit here. Now this bishop can probably improve its prospects that way. This knight is the only defender of that. I want to get a rook probably onto d1 actually. So I'm thinking this, if that. But this is just generally appealing. Knight's the only defender of e4. We need to punish black's slow development. Okay, he's added a second defender to that pawn. Kind of like this idea. I don't know where the idea goes from there, but I like it as a move. One move-itis though. Okay, let's just apply pressure. If takes, certainly take with the bishop, put it on the good diagonal here. Again, he's got the bad French light squared bishop. Do we continue to apply pressure on there? Oh, that's a check. Okay, so first get out of that. Oh, I'm so tempted to throw this knight in. What do you think? I'm a bit... It's a good looking move. But you know, are there second date prospects for that move? Or does this knight have other ideas? I'd love to put more pressure on this pawn. So that means getting the knight to like there or to there. I don't see any kind of quick way of doing that. Okay, I think maybe it is just as simple as going after the bishop. Goes off to the bishop. Okay, whoa. Okay, the queen's the only defender of that. That is potentially weak. I'm just going to play that for now. Maybe I should have thought a little bit more, but I don't want to lose that. Oh, he's going backwards again. Right, we've only got one closed file. Yes, this is a good knight, but he's trying to trade it off. And then my bishop has to retreat. Okay, I'm going to trade on my terms. I'm also opening up this diagonal. I'm thinking already about queen b3. Okay, but I've got an undefended pawn here. Let's just do this for now. Maybe rook a to d1 with the options of a free ball. Free ball, snooker term. After a foul, you can sometimes have a free ball, which means like you can place the ball in the D. I can't remember. Free ball, or is it just like a free shot? Okay, now this he'll just castle, right? But he has now abandoned. Look at this. He's got two knights on that pawn, and he's just now lost that. So this has got to. And if he castles, what about this? Because this pawn's now in a pin, right? So if I go here, attack his rook. If he takes, I take. Whoa, come on. Come on. And then we might even just throw pawnage at him. Okay, he's moved out of the way. Back to there. Twist the knife. This is also an idea, so okay, he's got two attackers on here, but that wins material. I can even take out the bishop with my knight. Oh, it's almost too many things to think about. I am on 4 minutes, so it's not like I've got no time at all. Right, if I take out that, he's got that. If I do this, he's in check. I don't want to end up losing this pawn, really, because this pawn's kind of important. It's like an anchor. Okay, so if I give check, takes, I lose the pawn. Not good. If I take out the bishop, his knight improves. I think I need to take out the bishop. And I think it's time for rook a d1. Idea of getting that for free. But it definitely sucked to be you right now. It sucked to be black. Oh, free rook. Arr! Look at the whole board. That's a good tip. Just look at it. Look at the whole 64 squares. It's not too many squares. Just look at them. Okay. That's now 3 attackers on this pawn. But I am +4 materials. Right, I've got 1 defender, so there's no way that I can summon 2 more attackers in one go without a discovery, which ain't happening. This, he's got queen takes. So what are we up? We're up basically an exchange and 2 pawns, which is good. Okay. So he's not going to take with the queen. He may take with the knight. It's a appealing square for the bishop, but I think this diagonal is even better for my bishop. If his knight's on there, that is a very peculiar move. Because now he's blocked the queen and the rook's line of sight against e4. So now he can't take because he's got one attacker and two defenders. Have I even got time to summon more defence? I don't know. But as things stand, I will certainly, very happily trade down. And plus 4 materials. That's very odd. Okay. Still 3 attackers, but do I have this? Knight takes. Yeah. I think I do. And that would be... You can't go there, can't go there. What about this? Hits the queen. Threatens... Gotta be. 2 minutes 20. Can't think all day. Right, I'm hitting the queen. This is a fork. I'm probably going to take on g7 with check in a minute. And I'm also covering these squares. My rooks are threatening to come in. It's not looking good. The knight hasn't got that. So even h3. Oh yeah, missed that. Right, that's a double attack on the queen. Takes. It's good for me. I end up with a queen. I trade a queen against the rook. And that's just devastating. No, it's not, because it doesn't come with check. That hangs. No, it doesn't. Ugh! Right, swap skis. Okay. There I take him, there I take him, there I take him. One minute 48. I'm down on the clock. Oh, that pawn hung. Because his knight moved. And I just gave up a pawn for no real good reason at all. But I'm still plus 3 materials. I'm still up an exchange and a pawn. If I take that, he takes that. So... he's got no check there. He takes that, could even intermediate in between check. That's what I wanted. Oh, yeah, I can't let him take there, can I? Okay. 1 minute 11. That would force the queens off, which is a good thing for me. Bugger. Got a check here. Queen on a thing is good. Okay, that I think might win a knight. Okay. Oh, I'm down to a minute as well. Good job. Bishop still defends that. This is... sorry guys, it's really sharp and my brain isn't. The queen has to defend that. Don't think he's got a good check. That's possible. I realise I'm mouth breathing. Shallow breathing. Stop it. 56 seconds. That's loads of time. Hang on. So I want to attack the knight. Queen defends that. Okay, I'm just going to do this. This knight's in a pin. Bishop defends that. It's important. I could have snatched a pawn, but I'm not sure of the... Hang on. Queen takes, I've got this. That just wins. But I am down to 30 seconds. Okay. Right, snatch some pawns, promote something and win. Okay? Right, the king can't touch those pawns. It's got to go around the back. And now he can't go around the back. Seconds. I wish I had pre-moves enabled. Okay, you take there, I can promote. I don't see what your option was. I'm going for 2 queens. 16 seconds. Let's check. Okay, get the king the hell out of the way. "12 seconds, heaps of time. Ladder mate, couldn't be simpler. And we're going to go to the death." Oh, I need an adrenaline transfusion now. Oh my goodness gracious me. But we are 1444. Look guys, a win is a win is a win. 75th move, checkmate, thank you very much. That's me. I need a cold flannel on my head, and you need to go and watch something sensible to rebalance your neurons. So, what have we learned today? Nothing, as usual. Thank you for watching. See you later.